How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, fellow sports fans out there? My name is Travis, aka Big Trav, joining the TimeOut team today. Thank you to those guys, obviously the entire TimeOut crew, for allowing me to submit a video this afternoon. Talk about a couple of topics we're going to be discussing. Hope everyone's having a great Christmas Eve. Hope everybody has a blessed Merry Christmas. Tomorrow spends a lot of quality time with the family, etc. Stay safe. That's a big one. Enough of my talk, though. Enough of my introduction. Let's jump into sports. Got a couple topics to talk about today. Going to be a little bit in the NFL. Playoffs coming. Going to be a little bit in the NBA. We're hitting that halfway point here in the season. Talk about a couple of awards, predictions, etc. Then the big one, the big bang at the end, is going to be the baseball prediction. The biggest news this offseason. Where's Bryce Harper going to sign? I think some of the news we got this week is kind of hinting at where he's going to sign. I think, there's an owner out there that's pulling out all the stops to get him, and I think it's going to pay off. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and jump into a couple topics. First one, NFL MVP. Who do I think it's going to be? I think it's a two-headed race. Personally, I think it's between Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes. Both great quarterbacks. I love them both. I grew on Patrick Mahomes a lot this year. He just has that wow factor. He really does. Personally, I do believe Drew Brees is going to be the MVP. Main reason for that is because his team has won more games. Most valuable player is someone who obviously is the most valuable to their team. Somebody where if you take them off that team, can they be replaced? And I think, Drew Brees, what he's done is incredible for his age too as well. I think he's going to be the MVP this year, even though Patrick Mahomes might have, some more passing yards. He could definitely eclipse 5,000 this upcoming week here, which would be incredible. But I think Brees is a little bit more efficient. It's Patrick's first season full-time under center there. So I do think Patrick Mahomes is a future MVP, especially with the talent in Kansas City. Everybody healthy is going to be crazy. Even losing Kareem Hunt, if they shore up that defense out there, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be a future MVP. But this year I got to tip my cap to Drew Brees. What he's done has been incredible again this year. He seems to always one up himself from the year before. Last year he broke the record with a 72% completion rating. This year he's at 74. Talking about breaking it even again. Breaking his own record. So, with the talent that's at New Orleans too, it's kind of easy for him. You have guys like Michael Thomas. Alvin Kamara, who's arguably the best receiving back out there in the NFL. Then you have a pounded guy like Mark Ingram back there. Obviously, Ted Ginn going down with injury, it's tough because he's a burner, even though he's in his 30s. Cam Meredith, who came over from the Bears, is a great wide receiver. The Dez Bryant situation didn't work out. I believe Traquan Smith is going to be a good wide receiver in the NFL too as well. So, hats off to Drew Brees on that one here. Let's see, let's get into Super Bowl predictions next. Personally, this one's tough. It's a toss-up. This year's Super Bowl is going to be, it's tough to predict a winner, mainly because you don't know what's going to happen in the NFL this year. Huge Lions fan, right? I know. Poor me. I get it. Trust me. We go how we beat the Patriots and the Panthers, then we lose to the Bills, and then we lose to the Jets early in the season. It's mind-blowing, But I think there's one team out there who I believe is going to win the Super Bowl, and the main reason is because I'm a big Michigan fan. He's a quarterback for that team, Michigan alum, and it's Tom Brady. It's a Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to win it again this year. Everyone's talking about a dynasty, etc. Does Tom get another ring before he retires? In my eyes, he does. Main reason is because experience. It's because depth and experience. Losing Matt Patricia hurt. Don't get me wrong. The defense looks shaky at times this year. But one thing that was consistent was Tom Brady moving the ball and the Patriots scoring. It's something that's kind of a given. And with Bill Belichick being the head, listen, Josh Gordon hurts. Trust me, I get it. An athlete like that, losing him is going to be tough, but it opens up for more time for guys like Cordero Patterson, who's so versatile. He can play running back, he can play receiver, he can hurt you in the return game. But also a guy that we've seen earlier in the season, Philip Dorsett. That's a big name who I think could be, with Edelman, could he play slot? Could he play out wide, put Edelman in the slot, Hogan on the other end? Obviously we still have Gronk. I think the Patriots healthy win the Super Bowl. I think they're coming out of the tough AFC, who it's loaded again. The Chiefs are out there. I just think the Chiefs defense is too bad. They've given up a lot of points this year, and I think that continues in the playoffs. The Texans, again, have been injury-riddled. Losing Demaryius Thomas hurts. Kiki QT. Matthew Berry's, man, again, he sat out last week. So I believe the Patriots, they could have home field advantage after week 1. I believe the Chiefs lose week 1. Patriots go in as a 2 seed. They get home field advantage for the rest of the playoffs. They basically walk there. NFC, on the other hand, again, that's a tough one. The Bears have a great defense. The Cowboys have played well. Seahawks have played well. Obviously, they're not the Legion of Boom anymore, but you still have Russell Wilson. You still have Pete Carroll. Those guys have made it. Saints on top, with Drew Brees. Personally, big Rams guy this year. I'm buying into the Rams. I think they're going to make the Super Bowl. I think they lose. They come up a little short to the Patriots, only because that defense hasn't been performing like it should. When you pay guys like Marcus Peters, you have Aaron Donald, Sue, Talib, etc. I know injuries kind of bit them too a little bit. Gurley's dealing with a leg injury. I think he's the best running back in the league, though, which helps them walk through the NFC a little bit. Goff has been great. That offensive line has been good. They just allowed C.J. Anderson to rush out of his mind this last Sunday here. That guy hasn't played a football game in who knows how, when almost a year. Comes in, rushes for over 100 yards and a touchdown. So I think the Rams make it. I think the Patriots make it. They're going to meet up. They're going to clash in the Super Bowl. I just got to tip my cap again to the Patriots. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick winning it again. I think Brady retires after this year. Goes out. They built a dynasty. Patriots way. All right, next here, NBA. Let's get into the NBA halfway through almost here game-wise. The All-Star game and every, festivities in that route are coming up here in about a month or so. So it's right around the corner, and next thing we know, NBA playoffs are going to be rolling. Couple predictions. MVP and Rookie of the Year. Currently, I believe, the MVP kind of towards this halfway point is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak. I think he's a physical specimen. He's one of those guys. It's just like we're blessed to be able to see him play. Everyone thought that when LeBron came out, and I think now that Giannis has kind of got rid of the naysayers who said, "Oh, he's too small. He doesn't weigh enough. He can't shoot the three enough." I think he's proved them wrong this year, and now he's dominating. I think he's MVP currently, and I think he's going to be the MVP at the end of the year. Obviously, there's a lot of guys out there that could win it. It's a long season. Paul George has been playing great. Even with Russell back, if LeBron, let's be real, if LeBron takes the Lakers to a 1 or 2 seed, he's going to be up there. Harden's up there. You got Kevin Durant. All these athletes who are great at scoring the ball. I think Giannis gets it done on both sides. I think he's a little bit better. I tip my cap defensively to him as well, but he's still producing offensively. And, at that size, what he's doing is just unreal. Close second, I give it to Anthony Davis. And then third, my third place running currently is going to be a guy from the best team in the NBA right now. Denver Nuggets are red hot. They're beating premier teams in the NBA right now. And Nikola Jokic is at my 3 spot right now. I know it might be crazy, but the guy's almost averaging triple-double. He gets it done on the offensive end and defensively. He works his butt off, and I love his game. He's able to work away from the ball, step out, hit a 3. I've seen games where he goes off for 40 points. So I think he's in that 3 spot. Anthony Davis, obviously, it's self-explanatory. I think especially if he gets traded to the Lakers, he could be the closest we see to a guy averaging triple-double again. So he's in that 2nd spot. But still, MVP, I think it's going to the Greek Freak. Next up here, NBA Rookie of the Year. Currently, I believe it's Luka Doncic. The guy's playing lights out. If you guys seen the highlights last night, the buzzer beater 3, I know Coach Zai was talking about it. The kid's unreal. He's playing great defensively too as well, averaging 1.3, 1.4 steals per game. It's kind of unreal. I think the draft class this year was a little bit weaker than what it has been. I think this upcoming draft class is going to be crazy. So I think, again, that NBA Rookie of the Year, I think currently it's down to Doncic and DeAndre Ayton, who's been playing great. all hats off to him. He's averaging a double-double, especially over the past couple weeks. It's been like 26 and 14 or something crazy. But he plays for the Suns. And I think that's what hinders him. I think I got to tip my hat to Doncic because Mavericks are still a pretty talented team there. So I think Doncic currently, at this time, is the NBA Rookie of the Year, and I think he finishes as that as well. I think he wins that award after this year. He has a hidden athleticism that's kind of scary. So I look forward to continue seeing him ball out for the Dallas Mavericks. Hopefully the Mavs can make a push for that 7-8 spot in the West too as well. Last but not least, the big bang of them all, baseball news. This offseason, where's Bryce Harper going? There's a lot of big markets in baseball. There's, the Yankees, Chicago's been huge, the Cubs. Obviously, Boston is another one, the Dodgers, etc. There's a lot of names out there that I think Bryce Harper's going to take his time and kind of mosey around and see where his best fit is. As far as team-wise goes, I'm agreeing with Coach Zion on this one. I believe he's going to the Dodgers. I believe what Magic Johnson did in that front office over there getting rid of Puig, opening up that outfield spot for him. I think they're going to pitch the entire, they're pitching Los Angeles to him saying, hey, Bryce, come sign with us. This is yours. The outfield, this is yours. Whatever you need, the money, all of it. I think Magic's going to pull the rabbit out of the hat here and sign Bryce. However, I do believe that Chicago's going to be a close second. Whether it's the White Sox or the Cubs, I really don't know. Bryce, he's already said he's been interested in Chicago teams. He's explored that. He's explained that. As far as the rumors about the White Sox, I don't think they'll come to fruition just because they're the Chicago White Sox. I know that front office is shaky. They have a lot of young talent there. They're an upcoming team. I think if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be the Cubs. If he goes to Chi-Town, Cubs got to release some payroll over there. So I think it's kind of unlikely. The Yankees, again, that payroll is so steep. You have Judge in the outfield. You have Stanton out there. The Red Sox, again, they have great outfielders out there. So I think with LA kind of shipping Puig out there, I think they're opening the spot saying, they're waiting at the gates, telling Bryce to come on over. So I think Bryce Harper is going to sign with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I can't say they're going to win a World Series, though. I can't say that. I wish he'd come to the Tigers, too, by the way. So, Bryce, if you do get a hold of this, you do watch that, please come to Detroit. I love you forever. I'm already a big fan, but, man, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Detroit fans. But, yeah, I do think he's going to the Dodgers on that route. That's it for me. That's all I got for today. Try to keep it short for you guys. But please, if you have, comments, questions, arguments, whatever it is, please feel free to contact us over here at TimeOut. We'd love to hear it. We're looking for feedback. We want people to comment back to us, argue with us. Let us know, hey, I disagree. Hey, I agree. I love it, etc. If you guys need advice fantasy-wise, whatever it is, please let us know. Please let TimeOut. If you have stuff that want to get talked about in future podcasts, future videos, let us know. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to hear it. But I hope everyone has a great Christmas tomorrow. Stay safe and go blue, right? Big Detroit fans, too. Let's go Red Wings. I don't know. Could they be the savior? Lions sure aren't. Tigers, probably not. Pistons, who knows, right? Hope everyone has a good one. Take care. Big Trav out.